Hello, my name is Surya Satapi. I'm a research assistant for the NTID Center on Culture and Language. I'm involved in different projects, and I focus on the Deaf Health Lab. I want to present the USA Deaf Community's eHealth literacy. This slide is the team on the research project. In the healthcare system, deaf individuals experience barriers such as access to health information. This study investigated deaf individuals' access to electronic health, or eHealth, information and their eHealth literacy. Health literacy means skills, knowledge, and social resources needed to access, understand, and use information. The purpose of this is to make decisions about their health. Comparing the deaf group with the hearing group, deaf people have inadequate health literacy skills that are 7 times more likely than the hearing group. eHealth literacy means knowledge, comfort, and skills at finding, evaluating, and applying eHealth information. For example, if deaf people cope with health issues, they will use technology to find information. After that, will they trust online information? To measure it, they use the eHealth literacy scale. We don't know about deaf individuals' eHealth literacy skills. This slide is the research questions. There are 3 questions. First, where do people learn health information? Second, do deaf people have the technology to access health information online? Third, do deaf individuals have similar eHealth literacy skills as hearing individuals? This study collected data from 892 adults. There were 445 hearing people and 447 deaf people. It shows that the mean age for the hearing group is around 41 years old. The mean age for the deaf group is approximately 46.1 years old. Both the hearing and deaf groups had more females than males. For some factors like income, education, and IQ, we compared them and found no difference. In the deaf group, 15.5% of them had at least one deaf parent. This slide is about the method. The procedures are that we tested subjects individually. We used data from Rochester, Chicago, and Flint. This study is part of a larger project focusing on where deaf individuals learn about health information online. This study was approved by RIT and the University of Michigan's IRB. The next is ASL translated materials work. It includes a background questionnaire. There are 2 models of questions. First, the Pew Research Center's Health Online Survey covers around 41 questions related to whether they have the technology. Second, the eHealth literacy scale includes 8 questions related to whether they trust the online health information and how do they know about the information. Where do deaf people learn health information? From one of these questions, it asks that if they cope with a health issue, where do they get information? There are 4 sources of information: getting information from the doctor, friend or family, people who have the same experience, and the internet. Notice that there's no difference in getting information from friends or family and people who have the same experience. The information from the doctor and the internet are significant. It shows that the hearing group gets information from a doctor more than the deaf group. Oppositely, the deaf group gets information from the internet more than the hearing group. Do deaf people have the technology to access health information online? This slide shows 3 devices, such as laptops, mobile devices or iPads, and smartphones. The last one, smartphone or cell phone, had no difference between deaf and hearing people. The first and second one are different. Deaf people have laptops more than hearing people, and the deaf people have a mobile device or iPad more than hearing people, and hearing people have a smartphone a little bit more than deaf people. This slide is about the internet. First, deaf people have access to the internet more than hearing people. Second, deaf people access the internet on a mobile device occasionally more than hearing people. Last, deaf people have high-speed internet access more than hearing people. Do deaf individuals have similar eHealth literacy skills as hearing individuals? This defines eHeals between hearing individuals and deaf individuals. It shows that the mean of eHeals for hearing people is around 27, and the mean of eHeals for deaf people is around 21. This is the discussion. Deaf individuals rely on their doctors less than hearing individuals for health information. Deaf individuals rely on the internet more for health information than hearing individuals. Proportionally, more deaf individuals have a smartphone, tablet, or laptop, and internet access compared to hearing individuals. Some video relay service providers provide deaf adults with free devices. But deaf individuals' eHealth literacy is a concern. The conclusion is that the USA deaf community's technology access is not a concern. However, the deaf community's eHealth literacy is a concern, and we need to discuss. Furthermore, these findings, such as this data, will help a team to develop a guide for improving eHealth information to be accessible for deaf individuals. a National Institute of Health supported this project,